In Great Britain, as in many other countries, May rhymes with bank holiday. On this occasion, all the British relax. All that is, except the inhabitants of the county of Gloucester. In the small village of Tetbury, for example, teams come from all around to test their strength and stamina in one of the hardest relay races around. With a 28-kilogram wool sack on their backs, contestants have to run up and down the imposing Dunstall Hill from one village pub to the other.
Sort of mimics what they used to do when Tetbury was a wool market town, where the young lads used to race up and down the hill with sacks of wool to impress the young ladies. At the moment, I think we've got about a dozen teams split between the ladies and the men. We've got some youth teams as well, and there's about 14 or 15 individuals who've decided they want to race as well.
But that's nothing compared to what they're planning to do in the neighboring village of Brockworth. This is Cooper's Hill. For most of the year, it lies untouched. But today, the locals are preparing it for a very special event. The men put up fences and cut the grass, and even the dog helps to clear the hill for a truly ancient tradition.
The aim of the event is to literally chase a double Gloucester cheese down the hill. People start right at the top. There's a master of ceremonies dressed in a white cloak who gives the command to start. A person is nominated to roll the cheese is rolled down the hill, and the race begins, and people just literally tear down the hill after him. So, and by the time they hit the first ledge, they've started turning over. We don't actually know how it came about. It started many hundreds of years ago, and it's been going on year by year by year. It may have started back in the Roman times.
About 3,000 people turn up to watch the race each year. The spectators line up along the hill, which can in itself be dangerous, for the cheese can reach speeds of 65 kilometers per hour, and it often flies off into the crowd. The event has become notorious for injuries, and a fleet of ambulances is always on standby.
Well, if last year's anything to go by, serious leg injuries, possible serious spinal injuries, and there are always the possibility of serious head injuries, concussions, things like that.
I can't believe anybody would be stupid enough to dive down a hill like that, but all I can say is I think it's very good for a laugh, especially if you're standing at the bottom watching them do it.
The cheese, wrapped in paper, is brought out. It's never yet been caught nor broken as it rolls down the hill. As the master of ceremonies makes his way carefully up to the top of the hill, the anticipation and excitement mount. Last year, 18 people were treated for injuries. 3 of them ended up in hospital. After the race, the hill is littered with the usual mess of dazed or injured people, which means that the first aiders can set to work.
On 3 to roll, it's all like your heart's going, shall I go, shall I not go? 4, you've got to go. It's straight down the hill, it's all like, oh my God. And
This has been a wonderful vintage for the Cheese Rolling Festival. 20 people were injured, 3 seriously enough to be taken to the hospital. But not to worry, most of them are hoping that they will be fit enough for next year's race.